let me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Wil on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Wil, T-Wil, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart, with a soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to
be. Welcome, guys. I am sorry you caught me in the middle of digesting some potato chips, but I am starving, so sorry about that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Sippin Tea with T-Wil, although there's no tea in the cup today. I'm not prepared, but you know what? It is okay. We are here today to talk about a litany of topics. We're going to talk about our Atlanta Braves, our Atlanta United, our Atlanta Dream, who are on a hot streak, by the way. And, of course, our beloved Atlanta Falcons. So sit back, pull up your chair, pull out some food, because I can't eat, so maybe you can eat for me. But enjoy yourself, and welcome to For My ATL Sports 1. Today we are recapping all ATL sports from 8-12, 8-13, and a little bit before for the Braves. But anyway, let's get into it. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, T-Wil. This is normally a daily morning show, but I have been so busy weekly that I've neglected this for the past couple of days. So I just decided to do one big show encompassing everything, and we will get to it. And of course, we are going to start with our beloved Atlanta Braves. Look, they lost to the Mets, I believe, August the 12th, 13-5. And all you need to know about this is that Spencer Strider got his clock cleaned. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if the fact that he's throwing 95 and not 98 is messing with him because, you know, again, major league hitters can hit a jet, right? So you've got some guys that hit well, and I don't believe that you can throw down the middle of the plate with 95 miles an hour. You can do that with 100 in most cases, but you can't do that throwing 95. And so Spencer Strider, it's kind of like learning to walk again or learning to speak again and overcoming challenges after you have some sort of debilitating injury. He's not what he used to be, and he has to learn how to pitch with it, right? It'd be like if Superman lost 50% of his powers. He'd have to learn how to be Superman again, but he'd have to do it differently. It's the same thing with Spencer Strider. Anyway, he got his clock cleaned August the 12th, which was not last night, but the night before. Matt Olson and Nacho Alvarez chipped in with RBIs, but Atlanta's bats couldn't keep up, out-hit 16-8 as the Braves give up 6 runs in total. Now, that was Tuesday night. Wednesday night, however, was totally different. And yeah, we got to summarize some stuff. So the Braves were 4-5 going back to the 12th in their last 9 games. They started August with 4 straight losses, bounced back with a sweep of the Marlins, and then Wells City Field happened. Quick stats over the last 10 games. Team is batting .235 with 16 home runs, ERA just under 5. Ks per 9 at 6.3. Braves sit at 51-68, fourth in the NL East. At this point, they're playing spoiler. guess what? You want to go through the playoffs? We're going to make it difficult for you because that's all they can do at this point. However, last night was interesting. It was Wednesday night, right? And, I'm working. We were supposed to have a show for One Time for the Fan. We didn't. That's okay. Things happen. Life happens, right? Jack has kids. I have kids. Carrie has kids. Bodie has kids. Life happens. I get it. So, I'm kind of in the midst of working and trying to prepare for the show. Jack tells us there's no show. I say, great. I turn on the Braves game, and we're down 6-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0. 6 to nada. 6 to navel lint. 6 to bupkis. Right? And the fourth inning happens. And a couple of guys get on base. And a couple of guys walk. And the pitcher walks in a run. And it's 6-1. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe we got a shot. Then Jerickson Profar comes up. Smacks a double to left field. Clears the bases. It's now 6-4. I'm thinking, okay, just maybe. Then we get another run. And the bases are loaded. And up comes, you guessed it, Michael Harris, who, if you didn't know, is in fuego right now. He's on fire. He couldn't be any more hot. And you know what he does? You know what Michael Harris does, right? Well, if you don't know, you're about to find out. Michael Harris goes yard call, Yahtzee. I am king of the diamond. Let there be food for all my loyal subjects. Grand slam. It's 6-5. Now it's 9-6. Holy Toledo. The Braves get 9 runs in the fourth inning. They would go on to win the game 11-6. But that display that we saw was a little reminiscent of the 2023 Braves. Little too late. Little too little, but it reminded me of the 2023 Braves. Marcell Ozuna had a couple of hits. He had a single that he kind of just reached, swung at and reached and hit it in the right place, and then he had a home run. But the Braves score 11 runs, 11 unanswered. Their bullpen is great because Carlos Carrasco, who started, who's not been great, by the way, gave up all 6 runs. Bullpen came in, shut them down. So the Braves win that one 11-6. Aaron Bummer pitched for 2 1/3 scoreless innings, and they were great. They were great last night. I have nothing bad to say about them. They were outstanding. And again, it was like going back in time and looking at the 2023 Braves. So you know what? Hey, for one moment in time last night, we got to see a real treat. Hopefully they can pick it up again. The good news is Chris Sale should be back within the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Ronald Acuna should be back within the next week or so. And this Braves lineup is hitting right now. They are doing very well. You bring Acuna back into that mix, you hit him third. Hey, you never know what can happen. I'm not saying the Braves win 30 or 40 games in a row, but, good things can happen, so we will see. Yeah, we don't need to talk about Carlos Carrasco. He was not great. The end. The Mets have lost 12 of their 14 games, and hopefully they'll lose 13 of their next 15. Hopefully they'll just continue to lose, period. Maybe they and the Phillies can lose, and the Braves can somehow eke it out. Yeah, I know. The Braves will play the Mets again, on August the 14th, 2025 to conclude the series. Bryce Elder is going tonight. Bryce has a 6.12 ERA. Ew. And is scheduled to start for the Braves, facing the Mets' Kodai Sengai with the 2.30 ERA. That doesn't line up well for the Braves, but I don't know. The way Elder's going, he could come out and pitch a gem. When you think he's going to not be great, he's great. And when you think he's going to be great, not so much. But the whole thing goes down tonight at about 7:15. So, hey, Hopefully the Braves can pull out another victory and all will be well. Let's get into these Atlanta Falcons. Let's go to Flowery Branch, where the Falcons held the first of two joint practices with the Tennessee Titans. Now, this is from 8/12. You're going to get two updates. You're going to get the updates from 8/12 and 8/13 as well. All right, so Falcons practiced against the Tennessee Titans on August the 12th, and in short, they dominated them. They dominated on offense. They dominated on defense. They dominated in special teams. They dominated with the Water Boys. They dominated everything. Okay? Titans did not have a chance. They were very bitter coming back yesterday after being rudely treated by the Falcons on August the 12th. As a matter of fact, Michael Penix looked every bit the part. In 11-on-11 drills, he went 13 of 17, dropping a 52-yard dime to Casey Washington. In 7-on-7 drills, he was 4 for 5 with a touchdown to Bijan Robinson on a wheel route. Coach Raheem Morris says Penix won't play, in the second preseason game, but he's already shown enough in camp to earn the rest. Drake London was a highlight reel in shorts. 6 catches on 8 targets, with most going for double-digit yardage. The one concern, Darnell Mooney's shoulder injury, keeps him week to week. And you know what? That's just something we got to get through. But I think our boys will be okay. I think we have the weapons and the firepower. Not that Mooney's not great, but I think our guys will be okay. I think we'll be okay to get through it. That's just my opinion. On defense, Taquan Graham's lower leg injury shuffled the rotation, giving Zach Harrison, Brandon Dorless, Lakel London more reps. Arnold Ebiketie and Leonard Floyd keep stacking good days, and Braylon Trice recorded a sack in his first real action since an ACL tear. And Trice has looked good. Dorless has looked good. Let me tell you something. This defensive line has looked great. In the secondary, Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman Jr. are in a tight battle for a starting safety spot. A.J. Terrell reminded everyone why he's cornerback 1 with a nice end zone breakup. Oh, and in a bit of drama, former Falcon Calvin Ridley caught a touchdown pass against his old team. The preseason clash with the Titan kicks off Friday at 7 p.m. at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And Ridley was a little sore. He was a little salty, right? He was a little salty. He was a little bitter. I don't know what was going on. I don't know why he got upset. But in the practice yesterday, he made a couple of catches and was talking to the crowd and whatever. Carlo is in here. What up, Carlo? How you doing, buddy? Carlo says, Mooney gonna catch us in stride. I hope so, brother. I definitely hope so. I hope so with all my heart. So let's get to 8/13. Falcons ran 7-on-7 drills for the first time in camp. I'm sorry, that's 8/12 still. Sorry about that. Michael Penix Jr. was 3 of 5 in 7-on-7 red zone drills, connecting with Drake London for 2 touchdowns and Kyle Pitts once. His final 7-on-7 pass to Bijan Robinson showed excellent space creation. Kirk Cousins was 3 of 5 7-on-7 drills, with all 3 completions going for touchdown. His lone touchdowns, plural. His lone interception was deflected by a tight end. In 11-on-11 drills, Cousins completed 15 of 19 passes and was sacked once. He targeted 11 different receivers, with Jesse Matthews catching all 4 of his passes and David Sills, the 5th, catching 2 of 3. The starting offensive line appeared solid, while the second team offensive line seemed less ready. But I got to be honest, Kirk Cousins has looked good, right? Kirk Cousins has looked. I mean, Penix has looked great. Kirk Cousins has looked good. It looks like he's more mobile. Looks like his leg is healed, his shoulders healed, his elbows healed, and it looks like we have 2 really good quarterbacks at 1 and 2. So that's good for us, everybody. Defense. Falcons secondary showed sticky coverage against the Titan receivers, particularly against rookie Cam Ward. Natron Brooks and A.J. Terrell had multiple pass breakups. Dante Manning and Jesse Bates also made key plays on the ball. Terrell and Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley had a compelling matchup, with both having moments of success. The defense recorded 2 interceptions, Off Titans rookie Cam Ward. One was thrown directly to Mike Ford. The other was tipped by Terrell and caused by Bates. So Falcons did great. They really were great on August the 12th. On August the 13th, it was a different feel in the air. It was a different tone. The Titans were, shall we say, upset. Okay. Drake London had a strong performance, winning both of his one-on-one matchups and catching 4 or 5 targets from Penix. An 11-on-11 work. Casey Washington was noted as a standout offensive player. Look, that's going to be a very difficult decision, deciding who gets picked between Casey Washington, David Seals, and Chris Blair. Good luck with that. They are all competing. They are all competing well. And right now, it still looks like it's anybody's ball game. I keep hearing good things about David Sills. Raheem came out speaking rather glowingly about Casey Washington the other day. And, of course, we saw Chris Blair catch a touchdown in the preseason game against the Lions. So they are all looking really good. I don't know how this is going to come out, but I do know one thing. Don't disrespect our quarterback because he's from Dade County, okay? And if he has to, that dude will throw them things, okay? He will get after it. There were multiple fights yesterday, probably because we dominated the Titans and they were pissed. You know, it's hot. You're out there practicing. You got your ass kicked the day before. You're coming back. You got to see these same dudes. And sometimes things get a little contentious, and this happens. A large brawl broke out during the initial team period between the Falcons' first-team offense and Titans' first-team defense. Falcons QB Michael Penix Jr. was at the center of a scuffle after throwing a long touchdown pass and trash talking with Titans defenders, ending up at the bottom of the pile. Penix expressed appreciation for his teammates coming to his defense. Titans linebacker Arden Key claimed Penix initiated the first fight. Falcons offensive lineman Caleb McGarry and Chris Lindstrom also got involved in skirmishes with the Titans defenders. Look it, I don't have an issue with Penix fighting. I mean, there are two ways to look at it, right? Number one, if your offensive linemen and defensive linemen see your quarterback fighting, they're going to follow him through a wall. They're going to follow him anywhere. Like, I wish you guys could have heard how the Falcons spoke of Penix yesterday after the fight. He definitely earned their respect. And you know what? That's what any good leader does. We've got some folks in the chat. We've got Raymond Collins. What up? What's up? Falcon Commander, good Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Go Atlanta Falcons, rise up, Dirty Bird. What it do, Falcon Commander? Raymond, how you doing? Carlo, hopefully all is well, brother. I don't know if you're out there on the road today, but be safe, my guy. Hopefully all is going well for everyone in this chat and watching this program right now. So let's go on. Falcons QB coach DJ Williams acknowledged the fight was undesirable, but took a positive from seeing the team stand up for Penix, seeing it as a sign of leadership. Let me tell you something. Everybody got in that fight yesterday, okay? Offense, defense, special teams, water boys, sanitational engineers, the lunch ladies. Everybody came out there fighting with the Titans, okay? You know what the message was? You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us, okay? Look, I remember there were many days of brotherhood. And again, I'm not attacking past regimes, but the proof is in the pudding, right? You know, I've seen us talk brotherhood all day and have a running back dangling by his feet. You know, I've seen us talk brotherhood all day and quarterback get pushed down and nobody does anything. Well, I tell you what, they did something yesterday and it has me fired up. Because if you can look it, you're not going to like, if you got 53 guys working, everybody's not going to like everybody. Okay. But if you respect the jersey, if you love the colors, and if you can get 53 men to say nobody messes with any of us without messing with all of us, you've done a powerful thing. You have united your troops for one goal and one cause, and it looks like Penix did that yesterday. So I am very excited for what is to come this season, because if they can do that, these Falcons can do anything. They've got the talent to take on all comers. They got the talent to take on anybody. But in seeing that melee, and when I tell you everyone joined in that fight, but the coaching staff, everybody joined in that fight. That was something. Anyway, despite the chaos, Penix still had bright moments, including a touchdown pass to Kyle Pitts in 7-on-7 drills. The Titans defense showed improved energy and disrupted Penix with Jeffrey Simmons, Arden Key, and James Williams Sr., each recording likely sacks. Falcons defense versus Titans offense. There was a separate scrum on the adjacent field involving the Titans offense and Falcons defense. Falcons safety D. Alford intercepted Titans QB Cam Ward when Ward attempted to throw the ball out of bounds under pressure, but left it in play. Ward acknowledged the mistake, stating he didn't put enough on the throw. The Falcons defense held the Titans offense scoreless in a 2-minute drill. Player performances. Ward struggled at times, included the interception, but felt more prepared on day 2 than day 1. He felt ready to start the regular season if needed. Kirk Cousins showed dramatically improved mobility compared to the previous summer. So I think Kirk's healed up. I do. I think Kirk is healed up. And I think that, guys, we've got a really good 1 and 2 mix for quarterback. Let's get into these injuries. Cornerback Clark Phillips has got a rib injury. Running back Carlos Washington has a hamstring. Linebacker Caleb Johnson returned after a personal absence. Don't know what was up with that. Darnell Mooney, of course, has a shoulder injury. He remains sidelined. And defensive lineman Taquan Graham suffered a lower leg injury and did not return to practice. I hope he is okay, as I really like Taquan Graham, so hopefully it is nothing serious. Guys, we're going to shift gears a little bit. We got to talk about these Atlanta Dream. Okay, they've won 6 games in a row. They are on fire. If they're not second place in the WNBA, they're at least third, but they're winning. And these guys have a legit chance to compete, to really compete in the playoffs. I believe they're 21-11 after last night. The Atlanta Dream had the night off, but they're riding a 5-game win streak. This was as of August 12th. I think they played last night. They're 20-11, second in the Eastern Conference, and Alicia Gray just grabbed her 3rd Eastern Conference Player of the Week award this season. Quick run, last 2 games were statement wins. They beat Chicago 86-65, led by Gray's 25 points. August 10th, they took down Phoenix 74-66. Led by Brianna Jones. Seattle awaits tip-off 10 p.m. tonight. What did they do last night? Well, they beat Seattle 85-75. So they're doing it. They are doing it. The Atlanta Dream at 21-11 defeated the Seattle Storm 85-75. Main thing to know is they are doing it right now. The Atlanta Dream, it looks like they can make a run for a championship, guys. And I don't think the Falcons, well, excuse me. I'm sorry, pause. I don't think the Braves are going to do it this year. I think it's safe to say the Braves are not going to do. The Falcons could make a run for a Super Bowl, and if that's the case, that is great. The sky's the limit for this Falcons team, so forgive me for saying that. I was thinking about the Braves. Falcons are going to be great. This Atlanta Dream team could make a run for a championship, which would be the city of Atlanta's 4th championship. I believe Atlanta United has 1 and the Braves have 2. So, hey, always excited about that. That is great news to hear. Atlanta Dream are doing great, man. Atlanta United didn't play yesterday. August the 9th in Montreal, United fought back for a 1-1 draw. August the 6th, they actually got a win, which if you've been following our Atlanta United, that's saying a lot. They are, well, they're not having the greatest season. Okay, we'll put it that way. But they did get a win, and that's a great thing. And hopefully they can get it together and move forward. So this is a quick addition to the show. It's called WILT, What I Learned Today. Little off the beaten path fact about the Falcons. I did not know. Did you guys know that Vince Lombardi almost became the Falcons' first head coach? The Falcons had a handshake agreement with the legendary coach Vince Lombardi to become their inaugural head coach. However, he ultimately backed out of the agreement. I wonder how history would have been written for our beloved Atlanta Falcons if Lombardi had coached. And look, he probably was, over the hill at that point, but still, it would have been great. And I mean great to have Vince Lombardi as the head coach of our beloved Atlanta Falcons. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. I do have one more. And this segment is called, you don't hear about this every day. All right. The pooping on the sidelines. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Game ball Larry Izzo, so former Patriots special teams captain, once had to relieve himself during a game. He had to have a bowel movement or do number 2. Unable to return to the locker room, he did so on the sidelines. Ew! Coach Bill Belichick was so impressed by Izzo's commitment, he awarded him the game ball for taking a dump on the sidelines. Imagine that. An honor Izzo reportedly prized above his Super Bowl rings, as confirmed by Wes Welker and Zach Thomas. Wow. Only Bill Belichick would reward somebody for taking a dump on the sidelines. Amazing. I'd never heard that before. And again, it's kind of one of those, rarely talked about facts that I just thought was interesting. So there we go with that. Atlanta Braves take on the New York Mets tonight at 7:10. Atlanta Falcons will face the Tennessee Titans Friday night at 7 p.m. I will be there. Those of you in the chat who are going, I look forward to seeing you. And hey, if you happen to see T-Wil, come up and say hello. Let's have a cold one together and let's watch these Falcons beat up on these Titans. Atlanta Dream did win the game against Seattle Storm. I made this document actually yesterday prior to the game. Atlanta Dream did win that. And Atlanta United has a game against the Colorado Rapids Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Hopefully they will be victorious. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Sippin Tea with T-Wil. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hey, if you want to see more of this or more of our other shows, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Like the episode, share it with your friends, and please subscribe, as all of that helps us in the algorithm to bring you more content. To everyone in the chat, Monte Carlo, Raymond Collins, Falcon Commander, and anybody that I don't see, thank you for joining me for this brief 30-minute interlude so that we could go over Sippin Tea with T-Wil. But don't worry, there's a lot more content coming out today at 6:30. We have What the Falcon, Home of the Brave, with my guy Scott Karasik, like Jurassic. At 8 o'clock, we have a pop-up show from One Time for the Fan with my guy Jack Spade, hopefully Miss Carrie, and hopefully Bodie 3000. And last but not least, tonight at 9:30, we got a show with myself and Debo Vibes called Thursday Night Throwdown. So guys, please tune in to all 3 shows. Check us out. And again, remember, go to For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, as you can see here on the screen, and like, share, and subscribe. To everyone who did join, thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be right here with us in this chat, and I can't do anything but thank you for it. I want to thank God for waking me up this morning and putting you guys in my path, allow me to come to this format and talk about what I love, which is Falcons football, ATL sports, and movies in general, and TV shows. So thank you guys, all who joined. Thank you, God, for everything that you do. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Last but not least, I want to thank Mr. Jack Spade, Mr. Eric Parker, Mr. Chris A1, and just everybody in the podcast game who has continued to pour into me. I can't thank you guys enough. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And hey, if you have the time, come back and check out myself and Scott Karesic at 6:45 tonight as we discuss What the Falcon, home of the Braves. You guys have a great day. Thank you for joining. Good night, everybody.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Wil on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Wil, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart with the soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the